I'm Chris Booker. He's Jack Way. This is a thrill. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Chris. It's great to talk to you.
Congrats with the success of this song, Taking Me Back. I guess it's top 5 at radio, and you've done something really cool, an exclusive preview of this new video that you shot, you directed.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to kill a few birds with one stone. So we were excited that the song has gone top 5 at radio, and we wanted you to sort of get first crack at it as a thank you. We also, people keep asking who's going to be in the band, what's the band going to be like for the tour dates. Tickets have gone on sale, and people keep asking, people who've played with me, are you playing, are you in the band, and all that. So we thought that would be good to let people see who it is, and also it would be good to sort of like as rehearsals start for the tour, like to film and record something and see how it's sounding. So we were going to be doing that anyway at Third Man because we have everything in house. It's so cool to be able to do that all under our roof, and we can do all this and edit the video and edit the sound and master the audio. So I thought let's do all that at once, and I hope people dig it.
How was your foray into directing? Was this hard to choose someone to? Lauren Dunn, I believe, was someone that worked with you on this. Do you do this yourself? Do you pick someone? How do you decide what's going to happen? Tell me about the video a little bit.
Yeah, for the actual album track video, Laura Dunn, she filmed a lot of scenes, and then I sort of took second half of that. I took the ball from there, and we filmed some more around town and at Third Man, and I worked in an editing booth here, and it just turned into something that's twice as big, And then so this thing is kind of this live thing we're putting out today is the song, to show people like this is what this sounds like as a live take of the song, what a little taste of what the tour is going to be like.
Clean this up for me because obviously you haven't talked about this a lot, but there are 2 records coming out. You've got 2 on the way. One is described more like this song, more, I don't know, rough edge, harder. Thank you for this song, by the way. I think a lot of people are all up in their feels after the pandemic. I wanted to kick people's teeth in, and I think you provided that. So thank you very much for that. That's one album. The other album is more what?
The other album is more mellow. So this first one's called Fear of the Dawn, and it's really hard, like lots of really hard hitting tracks like Taking Me Back. They all seem to fit together in that sort of box. And then the other album is very mellow, almost sort of like a Sunday morning album to me. And I didn't get in and do it all at once either. It was little sporadic bursts here and there, and then they started to get more and more intense, and then I found myself in the studio every day for weeks, and so that was great. I knew something was cooking for myself cathartically.
Yeah. Was this a chicken or the egg thing where you said, wait a minute, I have all these songs that are 2 different sounds, maybe I should do 2 different albums? Or is this something that you plotted out to do? That was the plan from the beginning, or it just kind of fell in your lap that way?
I usually just write and record, and then eventually it starts to tell me what it is. I usually don't say this is the kind of record I'm going to make. I didn't in this case either. I just kept writing and recording as it was happening. With no real urgency to it because of the lockdown. Because it's like, well, who knows if we're going to be playing shows or when a good time another record would be to come out anyway. So I wasn't really in that mindset. I was actually working on furniture more half the time. But as things started to come together, I started seeing live shows are happening and things are starting to come around. I thought this is nice because these songs are falling into these sort of 2 categories for me. I think it would be good to put them out as 2 different albums and put them out both in the same year. So I've never done that before. Something like this, like releasing 2 albums in the span of a couple months. So we'll see.
And your release pattern is going to be a little unconventional, if I could use that word. You're going to release something from that next album next. Do I have that right?
Yeah, that's right. Next week, we're putting out a song from the Gentle album called Entering Heaven Alive. And so we have a video for that I directed as well.
And then you'll go back, release the album, and you'll have a track from that. So you'll sort of be ping-ponging back and forth between the brand new album, which will be released, to the forthcoming album. So you'll go back and forth. Any special way that you'll roll these out?
You described it well with ping-ponging it, because there's been a lot of concern with our whole camp and with Third Man and everything. Like maybe this is too confusing and to go back and forth between these 2 albums with singles. And I just think let's give people a little bit more credit, especially my fans. They're used to more all left field things. So I think people can understand, okay, this is from that record, this is from that record.
And you'll provide vinyl.
Oh, who are you talking to, man? Who are you talking to?
Well, it's singles. I don't know.
End of interview.
as singles. I guess I should have put a little asterisk next to that.
We're teaming up with the My Pillow guy, and we're replacing the foam inside the pillows with chunks of vinyl records. We were hoping to start a new trend, see what happens.
Wow, I always knew you were on the cutting edge of everything. So then you're going to go out. You've already announced the tour. You've already even got seats up and available and sold out and all that other stuff. The band that's in your video, that will be your band, correct?
Yeah, it's a quartet. So it's going to be really cool because we can do, really hard hitting stuff and then also really gentle acoustic numbers or even whole sets with this crew. And they're just such improvisational musicians. They really perform differently every time. And I can't wait for people to get more of an experience of that. I think people got a taste of it when we did Saturday Night Live with the trio I had, me and Daru Jones and Dominic Davis on SNL last year. Mm-hmm. And then Quincy McCrary coming aboard with handling all the key parts. It's going to be heavy duty because I like the scenario where there's just one guitar too, Mm-hmm. So you hear those tones, you know where it's coming from. You will know instantly who's making what sound.
How do you coordinate this juxtaposition of music? I mean, you've got stuff really soft, then you'll have stuff really hard to tour. And will you also be throwing in past projects, fan favorites? I don't know, Raconteur stuff, White Stripe stuff. Yes. Will you be doing that as well? And how do you mold that into one show?
Yeah, I'm doing songs from everything I've ever done in my life. Not much is off limits. There'll be certain things like, for example, say something would be special, like for the White Stripes, like when we covered Jolene by Dolly Parton or something, mm-hmm. that wouldn't be appropriate for me to do without Meg, or a song of Brendan Benson's from the Raconteurs that he mostly wrote. I wouldn't do that. That wouldn't be really appropriate. A Dead Weather track where Allison was the lead singer doesn't feel that really appropriate. But everything else that I was the main songwriter and I was the main singer, thing like that, and have some kind of special moment for that thing, then that's kind of in our pocket, in our bag of tricks. The only hard part is just, realizing how many songs to get in our pocket. But I think everyone's excited about it. I think we ended up having over 80 the last time I went on the road.
How do you sequence that? Do you kind of try to stick to it, or do you have more of the spirit of, hey man, this is live music, I might change this up tomorrow? I mean, is this a formula that you play with, because there is such a vast amount of different types of music?
I haven't used a set list in like 20 years, so I have to sort of keep them in the back of my mind at all times. It's kind of strange. It's almost like maybe if a comedian goes to a party and he knows what joke to pull out at any given moment during cocktails or something, you start to, you just kind of know at this moment, this would be good to switch to a gentle thing, and this would be good to rile. People are getting electrified now. Let's rile them up even more. Let's get somewhere together. You just start getting in that mindset.
You don't strike me as a guy that likes to do his homework, but you've done a ton of it. Yeah, you can do yours in homeroom like a champ, is what you're saying, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Right before 5 minutes before the bell rings. Yeah.
Putting this whole Jack White Inc. up, if you will, Third Man Records. What's this been like for you, sort of taking the reins and really plotting everything yourself? Is it fun? Is it challenging? Is it a different aspect of the music business? Where's your head at with this?
It's kind of wild because earlier days when I was recording in my attic and, we were releasing things on Italy Records with a friend on 7-inch vinyls and stuff, everything was very DIY, and going to Kinko's and making the record sleeve cover myself and all the posters for flyers for shows. I look now, and we're releasing this single right now, or say Taking Me Back. When we get the 45 in my hand, the record was recorded in my studio at my house. We mastered it at Third Man Mastering. We pressed it at Third Man Pressing Plant, and we did the artwork in Third Man's art department. I mean, the entire thing is incredibly DIY. It's just at the most maximum level you could be. It's the same as it was in recording in my attic and making my own flyers. It's just now we have a beautiful building and a beautiful record press to do it ourselves the best way we could do it. And that's really, that blows my mind every time, because I also don't think that many people have had that kind of opportunity to be able to walk their way all through that, to making a video, to mastering the record, to pressing the vinyl in whatever color you wanted. And all of those things all coming under one roof at Third Man Records is pretty exceptional for me. I'm proud of it.
It sounds insanely satisfying listening to you light up talking about it, because it's almost like you just got to, I don't know, extend your love of music into your love of maybe even business, if you will, and doing it every way that you want to do it. So congratulations. That's awesome, man.
Thank you for saying that. It's wild. Yeah, I mean, you kind of I got used to that early on when I was doing furniture and upholstery, and I was mixing art and business early on then, and you start, it used to think it was an evil thing to do, to even think about business aspects of art.
Right. We came up in that time of the early 90s. I think of all of the things myself personally that I said no to just because, hey, man, that's not cool. The business side isn't cool. I got to keep my cred. Where the world has completely been thrown on its ear. It's different now. It's like, no, 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 no. I need to own everything. I need to do everything myself just so I'm assured that it'll be done right.
Sure. Yeah. It's wild. Once you have the ability to do it, what can you do with it? And most of my dreams with Third Man Records is what other people can do with it. You know, what other people can come and do a live show or record live to acetate, or press some cool punk record at the plant. I want this to be tools for everybody else to come and use to create. So that's where I'm most proud of it.
I could literally take 4 hours. Matt played me your song, played me the White Stripes. I believe at his apartment, or maybe Andy's apartment, before it even came out. They were like, this guy's going to change music. I was like, I don't know. Then I heard it. I was like, this guy's pretty good. So it's been a lot of years and I've never got to speak with you. So this is a thrill for me. I thank you for that. And
thank you for all those kind words, Chris.
Dude,
that's kind of you.
Congratulations on the success. And personally, I'm looking forward to the Kick-Ass record myself. The second one I love, Fear of the Dawn. But I'm just going to tell you right now, Entering Heaven Alive will not be played as much because I want to rage at the moment. But thank you for both albums. We appreciate it.
Excellent.
Jack White, everybody, go watch the video. He directed it. It's streaming exclusively for us now. So go take a look at that. And thanks for wasting some of your time talking to me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.